Hey guys, welcome back to the Pink Club, and today I am going to show you how I did this beautiful pinky springtime look. So yeah, please keep watching. So I already primed my skin and did my brows off camera, and I have on these eye masks when I get ready to do my concealer later. Moving on to the eyes, I used first the Chloe and Makeup Revolution palette, and I only used one shade, but I used mainly that. Actually, two shades. What am I saying? Anyway, I used my favorite Camo primer, and I'm putting on the light pink shade in the palette and just blending that out. So as I was blending this in, I realized that the shade in the Chloe palette was a little bit too light. So I dug out my Strawberry Shortcake and Glamlite palette and used the lightest pink shade in that to maybe make it a little bit more brighter. And I guess that lighter pink in the Chloe palette made it intensify the Glamlite shade of pink, because once I turned on my light, my little light above my vanity, it was so bright. I was like, oh my god. You're gonna see that later on in the clip. And then I'm just feeling myself a little bit, putting on this light pink shade in the Chloe palette, and probably use two shades in one palette and one in another, just to make the crease color a little bit brighter. So as you're about to see in this next clip right here, you're gonna see me just seeing how the eyeshadow looks, and maybe later on you're gonna see right here, you see I'm a little confused because it was looking a little dark, the actual quality of the video, but we gotta keep it rolling. I'm doing my eyeliner, and I'm using this McQueen Eyeliner Pen, and if my wings look a little bit off, it's because they do look a little bit off. I was wearing eye patches and trying to use the end of it as a guide, and obviously it was looking a little bit off, so please don't say anything in the comments about it. I know it's a little bit off. It always has been. Ever since I started wearing eyeliner, my wings have always looked a bit off, but don't worry, I'm gonna fix that. Okay, so now I'm just taking off my eye patches just to see if the lines are nice and crisp, and they were, but I was gonna fix that. And I have a little trick for you guys. Take a little skinny brush, like the tip of the handle, the skinny brush, and use a makeup wipe and just carefully erase what mistakes you made on your eyeshadow and the edges of your eyeliner. And like Michaela says, make it nice and sharp. So yeah, that's my little tip for you guys. Hope it helps. And I'm just doing a little bit more blending, and now I'll move on to my skin. I'm using the Ordinary primer. That's not really a primer, but people used to use it as a primer back in the day, so just using that. And later on, you're gonna see me use the NYX Marshmallow Primer. See, in this clip right here, just to fill in some pores. So I was kind of having a good skin day, so don't really see the need for it, but you know, just in case. Moving on to foundation, I'm of course using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation, and I'm just using a fluffy brush to blend it out because I wanted a very thin layer, and I wanted this to be a natural everyday base today, especially since we're not really going anywhere. We're just having Easter dinner at home, so I just wanted a thin layer of foundation for today. And now for blush, I am using the e.l.f. Camo liquid blush, and in this really hot pink shade. And I went in with that same fluffy brush that I blended out my foundation because I did not want a lot of color on my cheeks today. So that's why I went in with my foundation brush, so that it will be less pigmented and just give a light wash of color to the cheeks. And now moving on to concealer, and I'm using the Tarte C Power Flakes concealer. And I'm just putting it all under my eyes, which is really where I need it most. And I'm using my blinged out concealer brush that I got from Shein, but bedazzled myself, to blend it out. I'm just setting my under eyes, the rest of my face, my chin, and my forehead with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder. Well, it's really a finishing powder, but just wherever I put the concealer, and most importantly, where I get oily the most throughout the day. Moving on to powder blush, and I'm not going to say what it is because you've seen it through many of my videos before, and it's the only powder blush I ever own currently, so I'm not going to say what it is. And then I'm going in with eyeliner, and I'm using the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner, and it's in the shade Exit, which is the white shade. And I'm just lining my waterline. And can someone please tell me if white eyeliner on the waterline is a good look for people with darker skin tones? Because that's kind of a hot take in my opinion. And then I'm just curling my lashes one eye at a time. Ain't nobody got time for lashes to be dropping while you're trying to get your mascara ready. And speaking of mascara, I'm using the Essence Lash Princess, obviously, because that's one and only mascara that really works for my lashes. So I'm just doing one coat on top, one coat on the bottom, but I normally do two, especially if I'm not wearing falsies. But you're going to see later on in the video that I'm going to do the second coat right after my lip combo, if not before. And now we are finally at my second favorite part of makeup, which is the lip combo. And I was using this NYX matte lip liner in the shade Clinger, which is a hot pink. And my mom called me to do something for her, and I walked off. You're not going to see that while I'm editing, but anyway. I come back, and as I'm looking at it, you're going to see by my face that I was not feeling it, like, at all. So I took another makeup wipe, and I wiped it clean off and just started fresh, and just gonna go with my tried and true e.l.f. Dark Cocoa lip liner because it literally goes with absolutely everything. I'm obsessed. Next, I'm going in with this E2 lip tint, and it's in the shade Pink Sprinkle. And I'm just using this as a base for my actual lipstick. I'm loving this so far. I did this combo a while back. Another Get Ready With Me, my very first one on this channel, and I love the outcome of that. And I'm going in with the Revlon Shiny Lipstick in the shade Beaming Strawberry over top. And I'm just reinforcing that lip liner again, filling in the edges, nothing special. So now I'm just sitting here thinking long and hard on what lip gloss to pick. And then I went into my lip gloss drawer on my vanity, and I found the Winx Club and ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Bloom, which is the perfect lip gloss to go with this look. And obviously it has pink sparkles in it, so that's why. And obviously I was looking in the mirror feeling myself a little bit, so don't mind that. But I think I chose well. So I am pretty much done, or at least I thought, in the next clip after me applying my second coat of mascara. Okay, so here I am now, just looking in the mirror, feeling myself, and then all of a sudden, I forget something. Probably one of the most important makeup steps of all time, which is, to me at least, and it is highlighter. Like, duh. How am I gonna forget highlighter? So I'm gonna put on my favorite pink highlighter, which is the ColourPop and Wings Club Super Shock highlighter in the shade Magic Gem, and it is the perfect pink highlighter to go with this look. But if you're going to be doing this on a daily basis, you don't have to wear highlighter if you don't want to, because I know highlighter can sometimes emphasize texture and like acne you might have on your cheeks on specific areas. Like, I understand. So if you don't want to wear highlighter, then don't do it. Like, only if you want to. It is fine. So anyway, that is me done. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. And until next time, stay cozy and stay pink. Bye.